Hello, everyone, and welcome into your CBSN Denver Daily Sports Line, brought to you, as always, by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. And this is always my favorite segment of the week because we get to welcome in my good buddy, Mr. Jason Scott, joining us from BetMGM today. Jason, big news yesterday. Obviously, the NFL schedule was released. You guys at BetMGM were on top of it. As soon as the schedule's released, you guys have the lines for Week 1 out. Take me through that from a bookmaker's perspective. What goes into making a line for a game that's 4 months out still?
Look, the excitement's palpable around here with the NFL on the horizon. But look, I've got a sort of standard answer for these questions about making lines. Is where it's difficult for the bookmaker, it's always difficult for the customer or the bettor. So there's so many known unknowns. There's still going to be some significant player movements. We put up pricing. We follow the money early. We let the customers tell us where it is. The advantage for us is we'll probably hold 95% or 97% of the money that we'll hold on these games will be on the Saturday and the Sunday in the last 48 hours. So while it's interesting, in the end, it's sort of inconsequential to us, Michael. It's such a small amount of money that we do our best and we'll see what happens.
You mentioned significant player movement. Of course, Broncos fans hoping that some of that significant player movement ends up being Aaron Rodgers here to Denver. The Broncos are 1-point favorites against the Giants. The Packers, meanwhile, 2.5-point underdogs at the Saints. Jason, should fans read anything into those lines in terms of where Aaron Rodgers may land?
Look, while the traders won't quantify that they've moved the line X number of points on the back of this, I think there's a couple of points of fat both ways there. Half expecting the offer, half expecting it to happen. I suspect we'll see a run of bets on this. If the move is to happen and Rodgers is to move, we'll know 24 hours out by the activity we get on these two matches.
Yeah, and that'll be a lot of fun to watch. Hey, let's get into some of the games today. 3 games involving local teams. Tonight we got the trifecta, the Nuggets, Avs, and Rockies all in action. This Nuggets game, Nuggets are favored at 4.5 at the time of taping here at the Timberwolves. No Michael Porter Jr. tonight, no Monte Morris tonight as well. Jason, that's kind of scared me off of this game as I look at it. I was on the Michael Porter Jr. under for rebounds, but then it was announced he wasn't going to play, so that bet will eventually be voided by BetMGM. But what do you look at when you look at this game, if anything? Hard to tell what's going to happen here in the NBA season with a lot of these teams who have already secured their playoff spot or who know they aren't going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, actually, Michael, we have seen a little bit of a run of money for the Timberwolves in the last 10 or 15 minutes. So they're down to 2.5 now, that line. Again, this is almost like betting on the first week of football in terms of the known unknowns on late scratchings in terms of players for teams that need to win versus teams that don't need to win. It adds to the complexity. The Nuggets are in a really good spot, aren't they? They've sewn up home field advantage for the first week. Who knows what their desire will be like? Timberwolves really can't move anywhere in their conference either. So it's not a game I like to bet in when no player is really cares about the result.
I'm with you. I'm going to stay away from this one. Nuggets, they might want to make a run at the 3 seed, but I honestly think they're better off if they can stay at 4 and gives them a better chance of avoiding the Lakers in the first round of the playoffs. Jason, as you look at the rest of the NBA slate tonight, what catches your eye, if anything?
You've stolen my thunder there. I like the Knicks minus 5.5 against the Spurs. They're in a fight for sort of somewhere between 4th to 6th. The pain of running 6th is playing the Spurs. I think they'll be motivated and will need to play the Bucks if they finish 6th. I think they need to keep winning and try and to make sure they are 5th and even best get that home court advantage of the 4th. Minus 5.5 against the Spurs team that's been up and down all year. I'm happy to be with the Knicks there.
Knicks have been good to you, so we'll continue riding that train tonight. For my best bet, I'm going to go to the Avalanche game. Give me the Avs first period minus 0.5. That's paying off at minus 110. I like the Avalanche to win the first period, so give me that, and hopefully that cashes for us tonight at minus 110. Jason Scott, our guest, as always, as we do this segment weekly here on the CBSN Denver Daily Sports Line, brought to you by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks.